Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So we are hanging out today and we're going to test out two brand new concealers. And I'm very excited because, as you guys know, I love testing out concealers. Love it. I pick up and buy and try every new concealer that comes out on the market because for some reason I am just obsessed with concealers. I'm obsessed with testing them out and seeing which one is going to create the most flawless looking under eyes. As you guys know, if you are familiar with my channel, I am 40 years old. So concealer can either make or break the way you look throughout the day. It can age you, it can make you look dry under the eyes, crepey under the eyes, and we don't want that. We want young, flawless looking under eyes. So we take care of our skin with the best skincare. So you don't want to use the wrong concealer that's going to just age your under eye throughout the day. So the concealers that we're testing out today are the brand new Kjaer Weis concealer. This is it called anything? I think it's just called the Kjaer Weis concealer. So we're gonna test this out and we're gonna put it up next to, on the other eye, the new Makeup Forever, the Matte Velvet Skin 24-hour concealer. So let's talk about the Kjaer Weis first. This is a brand that is clean, it is organic. The ingredients in all the Kjaer Weis products are always top notch. And again, they include skincare ingredients and benefits, and they're not going to, really do as much damage to your skin as traditional makeup. So this is what it looks like. As all Kjaer Weis products, the packaging is so quality. It is heavy. It is a gorgeous concealer package. And like I said, this sucker is pretty heavy. Now, this concealer is $38. It comes in 12 different shades, and it is said to have a more natural finish. This also does claim to have a high coverage formula. It doesn't say full coverage, it says a high coverage. So that is what this claims. So that is the Kjaer Weis. Now moving on to the Makeup Forever. It comes in a package looking like this, which is a nice, again, doe foot applicator. Like I said, this is doe foot as well. But again, this does look like, again, traditional Makeup Forever. It is like plastic and, not as fancy as the Kjaer Weis, but it does the job. So this one is $27. This one comes in 22 shades. This is a 24-hour waterproof, transfer-proof formula. It is going to give you more of a matte finish, and this one claims to be full coverage. So that is the claims to the Makeup Forever. So that is both their little background info. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. We are just going to apply and do everything like I normally do with my concealer, and then I will go throughout my day and check back with you guys at the end of the night before I wash my face, and then we'll get a good look at if either of these concealers are worth it. Like I said, I test out so many concealers. I have my absolute favorites, so we'll see if these can hold up to some of my go-tos. I have no concealer on right now. I have a little bit of other makeup on. I don't have any foundation on, just a little bronzer and my eye products, and that's it for the day so far. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in. Let's play with these concealers. Let's see what happens. All right, let's start out with the Makeup Forever first. I picked this up in the shade 2.5, and I swatched it on the back of my hand, and it seems to be a good match. This actually comes out in like a big doe foot applicator. It's one of those that has a good size applicator. I'm going to just apply a little of this under my eye and blend that out with my damp sponge. And we'll just kind of see what happens with this coverage. I don't want to apply too much at first because I never know if it's going to be a lot or if you need to, build up some. I just kind of go slow when I'm testing out a new concealer and just kind of work with it a little. I'm going to actually apply a tiny bit more. I don't feel like that was maybe enough. And then I'm going to apply a little bit here where I always do and kind of blend that down into my smile lines. Like I said, I'm just doing everything like I normally do with any of my concealers. But let me tell you guys what I see with this formula first, and then we'll go to the other side and then compare with a zoom in. But I will say that the finish of it looks really nice, and it's actually not super matte looking on my skin. I was thinking it might be a little bit more like of a matte finish, kind of like I was thinking like the MAC, the Pro Longwear. I was thinking that because that's super, super matte. This one isn't as matte as that. It's nice, it's very smooth, it lays nice on my skin. And sometimes concealers can automatically right away sink into like little lines and stuff. This one's not, it's very smooth and it looks really good. The color is really good. I personally don't think it's a full coverage though. I think it's more medium to full. I have concealers that I think cover in the like little darkness of my corner of my eyes a little bit more. So I wouldn't say this is like full coverage, but that's my first take on that. So let's move to the other side. Let's pull out the Kjaer Weis. I got the shade F140 and I did swatch this on my hand too, and I feel like this is a good match. But I will say, when I swatched it the first time, when I first pulled it out of the tube, I was like, the formula looks super dry, I want to say. It's like, I don't know, it's like, it just sits on the tip of the applicator, kind of funny, kind of like a, I don't know, I feel like it's like an old concealer where it kind of dries out a little bit. You know what I mean? You know when the concealer starts to dry out and kind of become old, you pull it out and it's just dry. That's automatically what I thought when I first pulled this out. So we're gonna put it on, we're gonna test it out on my skin, but first impressions of just pulling the applicator out of the tube, the formula seems dry. It's not a very liquidy type of consistency. So let's test it out. I'm gonna put that on this eye over here. I mean, it can be a little bit more dry looking, but as long as it doesn't dry out my under eyes, that's the main thing. So I'm gonna blend that in with my damp sponge as well. I'm taking this side down the smile line as well. Okay, so blending that side out, I actually think it has more coverage than the Makeup Forever. You guys have to tell me what you see on, you know, each side. What do you see? Sometimes the lighting can play tricks on me when I'm looking in the mirror close up here, but looking at them in this little mirror here up close, I feel like the Kjaer Weis has a little bit more coverage and covers up a little bit more of my darkness on the inner corner than the Makeup Forever. And honestly, the Kjaer Weis formula I was a little bit concerned about because, like I said, it comes out in a different consistency. It's almost like a whipped, drier feeling looking consistency, but when I blend it out under my eyes, it looks really nice and it's not looking dry. Let me know in the comments, what do you see right now? Let me know. Okay, let's move on to setting the under eye quick. I'm gonna set them both with the same under eye setting powder, and I'm gonna use the Well People, the Bio Brightener Invisible Powder. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this and we're just gonna set both of the under eyes. And again, this is always what I do. I always set my concealer with just a little powder. I don't, you know, cake on the powder under my eyes. I don't bake or anything like that under the eyes. I just take literally a little bit of powder and just lightly dab over that concealer. And I feel like for me, it just sets everything so perfectly and just keeps everything looking, you know, in its place and flawless all day. I'm just gonna finish up my under eyes by smudging a little eyeshadow under my eyes here. This is from one of the Tom Ford palettes. That's what I have on today. And then taking the MAC Giga Play Lash Mascara, I'm gonna finish off the lower lashes. And this is actually the mascara that I have on my upper eyelashes as well. I've been using it on my upper, which you guys know I never do. It's just always my lower lash mascara. And I've been obsessed with this, even on my upper lashes. And like I said, I have a little bit of bronzer on today, not too much. I'm just going to apply some blush. And this is the Chanel, one of the Chanel cream blushes, which I love this shade. It's so like summery and kind of gives you that bronzy look on your cheeks, which I love. I will link all this stuff down below in the description box as well. But here we are for now. I'm done with my makeup for the day. I'm gonna go about my day and I will check back in with you guys later. We will see how both sides are holding up and we will see if one is better than the other or if they're both thumbs up, if they're both thumbs down concealers. I will give you my final thoughts at the end of the day, so stick around. I will see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, I am back. It is now 9 o'clock at night. I am ready for bed. I am so tired. It's been such a long day. I'm about to wash my face, go jump into bed, turn on some Friends, and just fall asleep. But before I do that, I'm jumping back on here to give you my final thoughts on these two brand new concealers. So we got the Makeup Forever, the matte concealer on this side, the matte velvet concealer, and then we have the new Kjaer Weis on this eye. And I can tell you that all day long, I have been going throughout my day and giving little sneak peeks in the mirror and just kind of looking and, you know, giving myself a little feedback and thoughts throughout the day. So I'm going to share those with you guys now. So I will zoom in with you in a second, but I'm going to give myself one more close up look here And I can tell you that both sides have held up really well. I'm giving myself a really up close here. Both sides look really good. And actually, I mean, this you probably won't even be able to see on camera because I'm looking very up close and I'm being very nitpicky, as I always am. The Makeup Forever is sinking into little lines just a touch, whereas the Kjaer Weis side is still very smooth over my entire under eye, which is so funny because I really thought that that formula was going to be drying. When I pulled it out of the applicator, you saw that I was like, like the formula looked dry. So that definitely worried me. But on the under eye and how it lasted throughout the day, it looks very smooth yet. I mean, honestly, the Makeup Forever does too. It looks really smooth. And both sides, coverage-wise, still look the same. And I'm still going to hold true to the fact that I don't think they're full coverage. I still feel like I see a little bit of darkness on the inner corners of my eye, whereas some of my other concealers, I don't get that. Now, I will say that throughout the day when I was kind of checking up on things and going over both sides, I really went over with a fine-tooth comb the ingredients, which I really didn't do before. I was thinking Kjaer Weis, it's organic, it's clean, which it is, it has better for your skin ingredients, but it also has fragrance in it, which I was not expecting in a Kjaer Weis concealer. Now, the Makeup Forever has fragrance in it as well. So even though I know Makeup Forever doesn't put like, you know, skincare benefiting, it's not clean, it's not organic, it's not good for your skin ingredients, I was still disappointed to see that there's fragrance. Fragrance is not something you really want to be using in your makeup products, your skincare products, just nothing. Fragrance ages your skin. So even if it's just a touch of fragrance in a concealer, why do we want to be putting that on our under eyes? So that was a super bummer on both of these. You can find concealers without fragrance. If fragrance doesn't bother you, then it doesn't bother you and don't worry about it, because both concealers do look pretty good under the under eye. But just knowing that there's fragrance, especially in the Kjaer Weis, which is a clean organic brand, why? There's just no need. Do not need fragrance in any makeup products. Okay, so with that, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can get a good look at both sides, and then you'll have to give me your thoughts in the comments below as always. We are super up close for being 9 o'clock at night on a long day, but I really hope you guys can see, if you can see any differences between the two sides. Like I said, I feel like they both really held up fairly well. There's no creasing, there's no caking on either side. I do think both of their coverages are very similar, and I think you could probably see that on camera as well. I feel like they're both not really full coverage, but holding up wise, being smooth throughout the day, like I said, no creasing, and neither side looks dry. They both held up that way really well. All right, so that is where we're ending tonight. Those are my final thoughts on these two concealers. Do I think that they're horrible? No, I actually don't think either of them are that bad at all. I have tried worse. There's so many concealers out there that make me look dry under the eyes, that cake up, that crease up during the day. Neither of these did that, so that is good. The biggest bummer is the fragrance, especially in the Kjaer Weis, which is a known clean brand. Do I have concealers that I actually prefer or like better? Yes, there are definitely concealers that I will pick over these for sure. If you guys want me to do a new like updated concealer, like top, you know, concealer review video, let me know, because I feel like I have not done that in a while, I don't think. And I definitely have my top favorite go-to concealers. So let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see my top favorite updated concealers. But yeah, these two aren't the best, but they're not the worst, so they're kind of in between. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review and this video. I hope it helped you guys out. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today, and that's it for this video. I love you all, guys, and I'll see you next time.